Okay, the Epstein stuff. Now, I tweeted this out on last week. It was, we got here, this is on the Epoch Times. Report, Epstein's lawyer offer plea deal to divulge names in exchange for 5-year sentence. Now, this is huge, ladies and gentlemen, because the dominoes are starting to fall. Epstein is linked to everything. I shouldn't say his name too much because it'll probably shut the stream down again. But anyway, going through this, alleged child sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein will agree to give up names of individuals who took part in the trafficking ring he's charged with running in exchange for a substantial lower sentence, according to a report by Broadcasting Channel 1 American News Network. Epstein will agree to cooperate with the investigation, including giving up the names of individuals that paid for activities with underage girls in exchange for a maximum sentence not to exceed 5 years. So the charges he's charged with right now carry a maximum of 45 years. It's interesting to see if this will actually go through because, I don't know, you know, there's just so much, like, he's done so much. But at the point, it's like this brings everything down. It ties Clinton in there. A lot of politicians. That's why these politicians don't want this stuff out, because they're tied in there as well. This is so huge. Clinton knows nothing about the terrible crimes. Sure. We got that clip. Epstein allegedly committed, and that he has not spoken to Epstein in well over a decade. Manhattan Federal Court on July 8th, Epstein pleaded not guilty to the charges. So that was that last week. He pleaded not guilty. So we'll have to see how that goes through. I looked all over. There wasn't any mainstream network. I guess, I don't know, is the Epoch Times mainstream? What is mainstream anymore? Why do we still have to like look for mainstream articles to give stuff credibility? You're kind of finding out the opposite. If it's not mainstream, it's more credible. But when you try to wake people up, they don't understand that. Now, here is a article here. Epstein had 21 different phone numbers for Bill Clinton. Court documents show that Jeffrey Epstein had 21 different phone numbers for former President Democrat President. I tongue-tied that one, folks. Epstein's personal phone directory from his computer contained email addresses for Clinton, along with 21 phone numbers for him. This included his assistant, scheduler, and Clinton's personal phone numbers. Now, that's not really too uncommon because he even had a bunch of phone numbers for Trump and everybody else. But the fact that he's got this whole directory to get a hold of people is insane. And again, it'll tie everybody together. People, and then the media is trying to tie Trump in there, of course. But Trump was basically pretty much against him. He kicked him out of his Mar-a-Lago hotel in Florida because of what he was doing down there. So I want to show this clip. Now, I talked about the drone pictures last week. It was very interesting. But here's the video. I'm just going to play a little bit of this for those who are listening. I mean, I'll try to do my best to justify it here. There's a lot of buildings on this. Now, I speculate that, like, there's a lot of security. So he flew this thing over here. It's very well kept up, and you can see that there's actually, like, maintenance crews and stuff working on it. And this first thing we see, we come up on here, is like this circle with a sun on there and a face. And the interesting thing is there's benches around this thing. So this is obviously being used for something. A lot of benches. And it's got this like wooden plank in the middle and it goes up. So it's like, you can only speculate what this is used for. I mean, if it was just like a monument where you just sit there, it's like, this is like almost probably like some kind of worship thing. When you, does anybody in the chat knows what the hell this is? Please let me know, because I don't know. Like I said, it's definitely used for something when you got all that many benches around it. And the wood plank, what are they walking up the wood plank or something? I don't know. It doesn't look like the wood plank turns around. Looks like it's just connected to the middle, so it looks like it stays stationary. Unemployed Mario in the chat says sundial. Oh, what's the sundial used for? Sun clock, Dane69 says. Interesting nonetheless. This is like really weird stuff when you look into it. So flying farther over the island. Hopi NG says in the chat says time.
Oh yeah.
Terry says it's for child sacrifices. I wouldn't put it past that. You know, this is some sick stuff it looks like we're dealing with, but have that proof. I guess if it's going in that direction, we should probably leave it at that, because this stuff's going to come to a head here soon. I think the shadow of the other can help you tell time. That's pretty speculating there, Unemployed Mario. I don't think it's for time, especially when you change for daylight savings and all that. But the drone flying farther here. Now this thing here I talked about last week is supposed to be the tennis court, and if you go on the Google Maps and look at the satellite view, it does show it looks like a tennis court that can be removed. Either that or it was photoshopped in, but I don't think we have to speculate too much about this. It's just kind of, I don't know why you wouldn't have it there all year round unless the weather gets that bad and rips stuff up. Okay, so Sirius in the chat says it is for time. Okay, I'll take your word for it then. Okay, so now the famous Temple Dome over here. I want to pause it right here for a moment. Obviously, the dome blew off, the gold dome. Now we got this new part right here. Now, this looks like they were going to build some other building here. They have the rope where you measure a straight line so you can dig under it and then put your building blocks in there. But it looks like they were going to have some developments there. Now, did that get halted with all this other stuff going on? And then they even fly in. This is what we all wanted to see, the inside of this dome temple, if you will, up on top here. And it's really like there's scaffolding there. So are they just repainting it? Is there something that wasn't good in there, like that shouldn't have been there? So they're trying to paint over it and reconstruct everything, if you will. I thought that was real interesting that there's scaffolding there when this building was been here for a while. So interesting, folks. I thought I just would share that to you.